Page 56, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. This is sort of a theme and variations. The theme and variations is another form of music where it presents the theme. Remember, a theme is a melody or part of a melody. Usually in a theme of variations, it's the whole melody. And then it presents a series of variations on that melody. And it could be any number of variations. Some variations, you could have 15, 20 different variations. And some of it, it's so weird and wild, you wonder, how does this variation relate to the melody? However, this makes sense. I mean, you can sort of hear the theme throughout all the variations. There's 2 variations here. And they're different styles. So the first one is just a traditional style where we just present the theme. And then they give a classical style, more like classical music. And then a jazz style, more like a jazzy theme. Don't worry so much about the styles for the most part, except for interpreting it. I'll let the notes and the rhythms take care of that. Let's look it over. It's 2 pages long. Treble, bass, clef. No sharps or flats in the key signature. This is either in C major or A minor. And if we look at the end, of course, the end is the bottom page 57. You got this. Well, we're getting back into jazz and that edgy jazz thing. But the point is, it happens to be in A minor. Look at the end of the second line on page 56. That's where the theme is, and that ends on an A minor chord. But do the scales and arpeggios for both. C major and A minor? Okay. 4/4 time signature. Let's check and make sure the fingering and rhythm works okay. Right hand, crossover for 1 note. 1 and 2. Now, let's take a look at measure 2. Rhythm. You have a beat 1. Is it 1 and then the next 8th note comes on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and that's tied to beat 3. Take out the tie and play all those notes. 1 and 2. That's what it is. We're just hanging on to the note rather than playing it twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and. Okay. Measure 7, you have the whole note. It's a D, an E, and a G sharp. And then here, okay. Remember in A minor, a lot of times in A minor or in any minor, we use the harmonic minor, which means the 7th step, we take it up a half step. And the 7th step in A minor is a G. So you'll see a lot of G sharps in A minor. And that's what this is. Measure 10, 3/4 time. But the beat's going to be steady. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time when you're changing time signatures, and you'll see that the first variation is in 3/4 time. The theme is in 4/4, the variation is, and then the second variation is in 4/4 time. We need something to keep it kind of tied together or steady, and that's going to be the beat. The quarter note is going to be the same. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Come down. Come down again. And then you repeat that line. That's really about all it is here, I think. Let's go over to measure 25. This is the 3rd variation. We're back to 4/4 time. 1 and 2. And then the left hand gets it, and we get a chord. And then we get another chord. It's a 5 chord. 5/7 would be, but we're doing that. Measure 28, down here. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Just count it out carefully. It comes. Measure 31. 1 and 2 and we've had this rhythm before. Yeah. And the last measure, that is a C, an E, and an F sharp. You're thinking, what kind of chord is that? Well, it's a jazzy chord. Jazz uses a lot of 7th chords, and that's sort of what this is. They're just giving it an edge at the end, and then they'll hang on to that for a while and let you listen to it more. Lovely. Left hand. Well, at the beginning, you just have the main chords. The primary A, 1, 5, 7, 1, and then measure 6, it's pickup. Okay, no big deal. Let's go down to the last line on page 56. We're here. 1, 2, 3, during the rest, come up. 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that's not a problem for you. I'll go over to measure 24. The same rhythm as the right hand had at the beginning. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3. Measure 26. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just take it very slowly and count out the ands, the 1 and 2 and it comes. I hope. At the bottom, the last line, you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then come down, third finger, 4 and. And if you don't want to be up in here, then just do a 3, 1, 2. All I did was switch these two fingers around to stay out here. Now, if you don't mind being up here, that's thumb. You can use thumb. If you don't want to be up there, use second. You're staying out here. So it's 3. This is 3 no matter what. Here. And the last note is an A. Remember, 3 ledger lines below bass clef. Well, 2 ledger lines you need to know that's a C. And you can figure A is the next one. And then here. Okay. Then we put the hands together. What could go wrong? Well, in the first line or so, you don't have a lot going on. Go to the bottom of page 56. We're in 3/4 time. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. Come down. The right hand comes up. And 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I'll work out the hands together and then I'll go back over it like a line or so at a time and get rid of any hesitations. Go slow, but no hesitations. And after I get rid of the hesitations, then I think about the articulation. We have slurs and staccatos. And this is, I'm on the key and I'm bouncing off with the wrist here. Make sure you play a rest there in the right hand when you play the chord. Don't hold it down. No. Lift up. So the chord's by itself. Measure 6 is the left hand's got to come down here. Measure 8. Here's 1, 2, 3. And then beat 4 is a rest. But this is a staccato with an accent. You play a little louder. Boom. You're on a 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't lift this up till beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't lift them up. 2, 3. I mean, technically you could, as part of interpreting it, you could lift them at the same time. But right now we're not interpreting anything. We're playing it as written. So I want to hold that down until beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fermata in the next measure is, it just means you're holding for a while. You're quiet. Nothing's happening. And you can count out if you want to know how long. Normally you just feel how long. If I do it with a metronome, I would hold that for 8 counts because a whole note gets 4 counts here. So I'd hold it for 8 counts. Otherwise you feel how long you're going to hold it. And then we go on to here. The staccatos. For the jazzy variation 2, measure 25 is it? Here. Now it's not staccato, but it's an act play a little louder. And measure 27. Go ahead and lift up the bottom. Yeah. Connect those. So I add in the articulation, and after that I do the dynamics. It applies to the melody wherever it is, moderately loud. This soft in the background. Measure 10, P-MF. Well, that line is repeated. Now, when we talk about repeat signs, because it can be confusing. Remember the rule for repeat signs. You get to a repeat sign, you go back to the last reverse repeat sign. And if there isn't one, you go back to the beginning. Well, here in a theme and variations, we're talking about the beginning of the section, not the beginning of the piece. So when we repeat at the end of the third line, we don't go back to the beginning, the very beginning. We just go back to measure 10. We're going back to the beginning of the section. They could have put in a reverse repeat sign there and made it clearer, but they didn't, and they don't have to. So we do it that way. Just play that third line twice is what it is here. And the first time is soft. And then moderately loud. And then measure 14 soft, both hands. The melody's in both hands, that's why. And you're going to crescendo up to about a moderately loud or so. They don't say how loud to get, I'm just suggesting it. So again, measure 14 is soft. Then start measure 15 soft and go. Now moderately loud. Come back down. Soft. Measure 23, the second variation. This is the third section, the second variation. Moderately loud. Both hands here. Both hands. Normally the chords would be less, but they're accented, so bring them out. Measure 30, you get a crescendo go up loud. And that makes the accented note very loud. Give it. And then soft at the end. And then loud. There's a lot of subtleties. They're going suddenly loud and suddenly soft and jazz, who knows what. It sort of sounds like they're just making it up as they go, which jazz, you improvise a lot in jazz, that's what it's about. Then the speed. And each section can have its own speed. It depends. At the beginning with Spirit, not too slow. Because this piece can actually be done slow or fast or in between. It depends on the arrangement. I've heard arrangements of this. Very slow and melancholy, serious. Otherwise, they're quite happy like this one. Then I measure 10 with the first variation. We're going to speed it up just a little bit. I don't know why they want to speed it up, but they do. So it goes a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then for measure 23 on the second variation, this is the jazzy style. So we're going to do this in a jazz rhythm. Remember the three kinds of music, jazz, swing, and blues. They all use basically the same kind of style. And that is you swing the rhythm, which means it's long short. There's no notation for it. Normally they wouldn't even tell you to do it. You just do it. If they want it straight, they should put in a note, play even or something. But here, you swing it. Instead of 1 and 2 and, it's 1 and 2. And you feel it. And 2 and 3. Now, when you do swing it, you have to be careful because there's a limit to how slow or fast you can go and swing it. You can't go too slow. That doesn't swing. That's just yuck. And you can't go too fast. No. It's got to be somewhere, but this is kind of a fast swing. But I feel it all the way through on this last variation. Now, there's no pedal in this. However, if you would like, on that last note at the bottom of page 57, the half note here, get the fermata on that, you can go ahead and pedal that one note. It's kind of the style. Add overtones to that. Just push the note down first, the chords, and then pedal it. And then lift everything up together. That just adds the overtones to that last little tension. That's fine. Normally, I'd say if you're not using pedal anywhere else, don't put it on at the end. But in blues and jazz like this, and they give you that chord at the end, that dissonant chord, it's quite normal to go ahead and pedal that, add the overtones. different way of playing it. Remember the natural accents. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And accent the syncopated note. And 3, 4 times, just a 1, 2, 3, 1. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not doing louds and softs. We're not performing it. We will do the repeat and the fermata measures. I'm going to wait 8 counts, full 8 counts before we go on. I mean, actually in performing this, you could almost leave those measures out, but they're in the music, so we'll include them. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 2 and 3 and. 1, 2, 3, rest, hold, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, go on. Repeat. And 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, go on. 1, 2 and 3 and. 2, 3 and. 2 and 3 and. 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 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 Rest. 4. Hold.